So in this video, we're basically going to do a comparison or versus of the cheaper Amazon Radial Bristle wheels versus the official 3M ones. So let's get started. So to start things off, these top ones up here are from Amazon. They're about $25 for a complete set of 60 pieces. So you get 10 wheels of each one, and you double stack them on here. And that's all that these can fit. They can only fit 2. And it's going to be versing some Fordham Scotch-Brite 3M wheels. And these ones come in at $68 for the set. And there are 6 of each of these, and I only have 2, so we have a equal comparison. But when it comes to these ones, this mandrel can fit all 6 on it at once. So it'll look something like this, and you can get way more surface area at once. One of the drawbacks right out of the gate is you might notice these are all on mandrels, and these are not, because that set only comes with 2. Granted, you can buy more mandrels, and you might already have a bunch of mandrels that will fit these, but just keep that in mind. These come with enough to fit all of them. But they are different sizes. Or at least the kit that I got are different sizes. They're advertised to have only one size, but this is what you get when you get cheaper things. Things are less consistent. That being said, these are still really good. But we'll find out how different they are in comparison to an actual expensive set. Some things right off the bat though, these are very stiff. So if you look and I push on this, it doesn't really move too much. So if we look at this 220 grit one, which is a brand new one, it doesn't have much play to it. And if you look at the one that I already have on a mandrel, these are much squishier, which is a good and bad thing. The hardness of these makes these more aggressive, but the softness of these allow them to get into small areas and be more consistent. So to test them, all I'm going to do is use this piece of brass here. And all I'm going to do is take the cheaper set and work through the grits on one side and see how it finishes up. And then we're going to go to the other side and work our way through the grits on this and see how it turns out. You might also notice these numbers here. These are the grits to each one. And you'll notice this only goes up to 1,000, when this one goes up to 14,000. So we'll see around this point them starting to leave one another because there's just more grits to go through. But we'll see how big of a difference that is. One other thing I wanted to point out with the 3M set is they can fit inside of rings. And this is obviously a bigger ring, but if I wanted to use one of these, I couldn't fit this inside if I wanted to. So I'd have to cut this down and waste material, or wait for it to wear down until I got to about that point to be able to use it inside of rings. And I'm still going to be limited on my sizing of rings. So for my testing, I'm going to be using these hand pieces. They're just 2 different Fordham hand pieces. This is a quick release, so if you have the right size shank, you can just change it out by flipping a switch. And that makes it really easy to switch between things. But if you have a variation of shanks and try to do that, it doesn't fit. So you can't even use this kind. That's where this comes in. You can adjust it to whatever size you need using a key. So if I put this in here, I can adjust this open or closed and put in whatever I need. It just takes more time and you need a tool. But if you have all the bits that work with the quick changer, it makes life extremely easy because you can just switch back and forth. And I might have a deal you might be interested in by the end of this video that might get you one of these for really cheap. So you don't have to go and get a knockoff one that doesn't work as well as an actual Fordham one. Just to go over that real quick, you can see some of the metal burrs still in this one in comparison. This one also has a hard time holding stuff, even in the right size. It's just not as tight. The tolerances are not as good. And the bearings are starting to go out in this one already. And this is brand new, so I don't know how the bearings are going to be on this, but it's a Fordham, and they're known to last a while. But enough of all that. Let's actually start polishing. So as you saw from all that polishing, here is our piece. And you can see a direct difference in this. So this is our 3M side. It's much shinier, and I keep getting grease on it. So as you can see, our 3M side is a lot smoother than the Amazon cheaper ones. And if we go over there, you can see a lot of lines in it still. They're not perfect at all, and this is not an actual mirror polish. You could see my finger through both of them. But you can still see some lines inside of this one here. That being said, you can polish this out and they would probably look exactly the same, but you're going to need to use more polish and more pressure to get that to the same point. So this is going to really come down to how much money you're willing to spend on your pieces and what you're trying to do. Because I've used these for a long time. These are newer to me, actually. These were supplied to me from Pepe Tools, and I'm going to get into the deal that they're having, or the combo. So you can get these, which I said in the beginning were $65. So you could add this handpiece on, and it would come to $135 total. But on top of that, if you use my code MEOW, it will take $30 off your order, or any order over $100. So it would be $105 total for a new handpiece and a whole set of these. So that's going to be up to you if you're looking for something like that. These are very good at removing solder and actually shaping metal, because they will remove metal extremely fast because of how aggressive they are. These ones will take a little bit more time, but you'll get a more consistent cut to everything and less lines in your work. The other thing is you can use these on rings on the inside of them and clean them up, and when it comes to these you can't, and you would have to use something else. Like for instance, I was using these before to clean up the inside of the rings because I couldn't get those inside of them. Now that I have these, I don't have to do that. I could use the same piece and the same grits on the entire thing. And of course, I am biased to these because I am working with Pepe Tools, and they gave me these for free, but these are actually my opinions on everything. I like both of them for what they do, but I'm probably going to be switching directly over to these, and probably only using these from here forward for all my finishing work. I'm still going to use these ones when it comes to having to cut down my metals or clean up solder. So I'm going to use both of them, of course. I've been using these for a long time, like I said, but these are obviously better, and their price reflects that. But it's up to you. Let me know in the comments what you think. Or if you've used these, let me know if you liked one over the other. I'll have links in the description and in the first comment to all of this, along with my discount code. So that's about it. If you want to see a video on how I actually polish my work, there's going to be a link right here. And if you want more jewelry videos, there's a whole playlist over here. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.